Faya Rose Toure.
I rise on behalf of the Bridge Crossing Jubilee, the founders of the Bridge Crossing Jubilee. Would you stand with me and those who help me every year to make this possible? Would you stand as I welcome our president? Would you please stand as I welcome our president? Mr. President, this is not my first time meeting you, but I say this to you. For those who say that you are too old to run for the president again, I want to remind them of what I was told as a child. The blacker the berry, the older the berry, or the sweeter the juice. The older the berry, what? The sweeter the juice. You still got the juice. You still got the juice, Mr. President. And on behalf of the Bridge Crossing Jubilee, we want to thank you for these policies. If y'all got the Jubilee paper, on page 22, we outline what this president has done for the least of these. Let's give him a hand. Now, Mr. President, you're not perfect. I've been married to a man for 52 years, and he's not perfect. And there's some things we still want you to do. We want you to fight for Africa. We want you to fight for our people who are suffering throughout the planet because of racism and colonization. But the one reason he has not taken this up, black people, because we have not taken it up. We cannot expect the president to do what we won't do for our own people. Okay, I got to stay within my time. I want to recognize the children. Mr. President and members, Jesse Jackson, y'all. We started out with Jesse Jackson. When we started the museum, we had nothing but what Jesse Jackson gave us. This year, the theme is looking back to move forward, celebrating our youth. And there's some children here who won the Voting Rights History Contest. Where are you children? And their teacher, Miss Wanda. We wrote a book called A Time to Know. Believe it or not, there is not a school in Selma that teaches the civil rights history. There's not a school in the Black Belt that requires it to be taught. So we decided to write the book, and what we did, every child who read this book and wrote an essay or a rap about it, and it was great, they got $100. It was good, they got 50, but every child got something. And these young people won the Black History Bowl. And I'm going to tell you, they know more about voting rights history than most of you know. So give them another hand. Now this is the part that nobody wants to hear. My mother used to say, don't air your dirty laundry in public. But Mr. President, you got to know the truth about Selma. Selma's racially divided. That storm hit all of us. But I doubt if there are 10 people, 10 white citizens from Selma that's in this audience. I would like to know if there's one white elected official in this audience. We want to build back Selma, not just better, but fairer. Say fairer. Build back Selma what? Fairer. Better and fairer. We don't have a single white Democrat in statewide government. We want to be like Georgia, Cliff. We want to elect us a black senator, a Jewish senator. We can do it if we stick together. So I close with this. 3 murders took place in Selma this week. They don't want you to know it. 3 murders. Our children are suffering. The poverty is immense. And we have to let this president know that we're willing to do our part. Are you willing to do your part? Well, let's work with the mayor. Let's work with the probate judge. And let's make sure that Selma is not just built back better, but what? Fairer. We had a young black man to die of an overdose in Selma High School. Another young black man to die in the county jail who had been there 8 years without a trial. That's not acceptable, y'all. And just because we got blacks in government, we cannot make excuses. We have to require accountability from everybody. Lastly, I want to say, Mr. President, thank you for coming on Bloody Sunday. It was not Bloody Saturday. It was what? Bloody day of suffering, but also our day of victory. So thank you, Mr. President, for coming on our Bloody Sunday. Thank you again. Everybody should get this newspaper. The contributions of this president is in this paper. It's free of charge. Freedom ain't free. But when you cross that bridge today, anybody can cross the bridge. But I challenge you to be a bridge. To be a bridge and bring forth your talent, your resources, your money, and your bodies to build back Selma what? Better and fairer. Thank you.